By the way, though, I guess that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Okay. I'll talk about this with Hoot later, but yeah. Okay. Oh, I should stop the recording. I don't know why I recorded on that.
Oh, why are you still recording?
I don't know. I always forget.
It's on record. It's on record.
He did something for the beginning of the podcast again.
And now I have it. Hey, you're listening to Comfycast. I hope you enjoyed the little song there. This is episode 12. Welcome, everyone. I'm joined by Mr. Hoot.
So fucking hot here.
Oh, God. And Pepsi Man again, who joins us.
Hola.
And returning guest who was on one episode really quickly, Leto.
Hello.
What's up?
Not much.
Yeah, he's come back to talk to us, and this was a really light week on news because E3 is over. It just happened last week, and we talked about basically everything in this huge episode all in one go. So there's not much news, but we did play some video games and stuff, so let's recap our weeks.
We did wait a week and a half to make another episode, and still nothing much happened.
Yeah, I thought something would happen by now, but oh well. I'll go really quick first, because all I've done in video game wise is try out Mighty Number 9 and cry.
Oh boy!
So I'll just save that for later when we talk about it. But Hoot, did you play any other games, or what you been up to?
Oh, was that your week?
Yeah, that was literally my week. I saw Warcraft finally, but we talked about that before. So.
Oh, okay, cool. How did you like it?
It was good.
Or did you not?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I went with basically my family.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom, my dad went. It was for Father's Day, so we took him, and then my brother and his wife, and I thought at first while watching it,
did
I was
your dad just go "Son, is it what you jerk off to when you win?"
Are you winning? No. When it started and stuff, I was like, oh God, I feel so bad, because I'm the only one who kind of knows what this is technically. So I felt more related to it than they do, and so I felt like I was in a way forcing them to watch this, and I was like, no, I don't care about this. Please understand. But then it got better. So, just the action and stuff, it did. At first, it kind of loses you. They try to cover so much with the little wizard dude. And I'm like,
all the names. And,
especially the names. I still don't know the dude's name. I don't remember it.
I don't remember it either. I remember his face.
Yeah, I remember his face.
What he looks like and what he does. But the movie is frantically moving about from scene to scene. It seems to be edited kind of by a madman sometimes. Yeah,
for sure. And I mean, but it was good. Like he said, I think he said it was schlock or something. And you're right. You're absolutely right. It's just it's just action, and there's some story in there, a little bit of kind of romance, not even really romance. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was all right. It was good. It was better than I expected, and they seemed to like it. So I was like, okay, I didn't feel so bad. But yeah, that was my week in video games. Like I said, E3 ended and back to work. So I didn't do much.
Back to Mighty Number 9.
Back to Mighty Number Cry.
Well, my week, I played a really great game. It's called Mighty Number 9.
Oh, what is that?
I'm so glad to hear that.
I'm going to add the noise of a gun just clocking every time someone says Mighty Number 9.
Or just
a gunshot in the back and somebody dying.
The little sound from that show, boop, 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 boom.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Price is Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I played that. I played it not to completion, but I played it quite a lot.
How many bosses did you beat?
I beat 6 of them, I think.
Dang! You really played that. I played 2 and I couldn't do it anymore.
No, I played quite a bit because I was really interested to see what's okay in it, what's not, and really go past the whole memes. But we'll go on that afterwards.
Yeah.
Other than that, my week was fairly simple. I've been mostly eyeing new releases because there's been a bunch of new stuff that's being released right now.
Oh yeah.
Valhalla, the waifu bartending simulator, came out.
I was hoping it would go on some kind of sale, but I know it was too soon to the sale.
It literally just came out. So, but
$1?
that came out. Waiting on a a Vita release, hopefully soon-ish. I know the guy who's making it, but
I can imagine. I can imagine that would be good for handheld.
Yeah, it seems to be made for like this. They seem to be very adamant to have a great port on Vita, so I don't know. I just might double dip because it just came out. It's like $15 here.
Help out the devs.
And it's like this coming month, it's like 3 games alone, which are all almost Japanese. Two of them are JRPGs. One of them is like a remaster. Odin Sphere just came out.
Yeah, and
the Star Ocean 5 is about to come out, and I Am Setsuna is about to come out. So
I really want to play I Am Setsuna. I'm probably going to play it on Steam, though. Does it come out the same day for Vita?
I have no idea. I'll probably get it on Steam first.
Yeah, I'll probably get it on Steam.
Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much... I've been mostly like looking at other games and playing an extremely bad one. But yeah, that's my week. Dying of heat as well.
It's like 90 degrees here.
It's as many heat as we have clocks.
So Pepsi, what have you been doing this week? We talked to you at E3, and I know, have you been recovering from that Devil May Cry 5 reveal? Holy shit.
I'm not sanguineous, so it's okay. He's the one that's like still recovering from that.
Still put a gunshot sound right here.
This whole episode is going to be called Suicide. Episode 12, we all killed ourselves.
Because of our disappointment. But no, like the week has been weird because like the day after I have to work like this weird event that was like bad karaoke, but then it's not like fun bad karaoke. It's like everybody took their craft seriously, and it's really annoying when people come up to you and they're all like, "Well, why isn't it in this key?" It basically work shit. And then I played a crap ton of Final Fantasy XIV because I have no life.
All right, you guys have been started to relaunch the
a couple dubbers are getting back into the
we got
14.
Mech coming back, and then Sanguinus is apparently in the server now, and Chiaki maybe, I don't know, but yeah, we're trying to rebuild something, and it's quite fun. And I finally did one of those savages because I finally have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm too busy being pissed off at other people for farming stuff because, sometimes it's like, sometimes there's those simple mechanics and then people just always just fuck them up because,
Oh, yeah.
There's that. And then I watch a bit of gameplay on Mighty Number 9 and Bloodstained. And yeah, I got a lot of things to say about Mighty Number 9.
Well, let me ask you real quick before we go, because we're going to talk about that. Let me ask you about 14. How long did you play it before you got back into it right now?
I never played. I only started like
okay. I
November.
I don't know why I thought you had been playing before.
No, I haven't. So I basically just started there because apparently, like, I picked the server because Chili was apparently there for the trial. I'm like, I'm gonna meet up with Chili. That never happened. So I just decided to stick to there. And apparently, it's like the 3rd biggest server now.
Which one is? Are y'all on Aether? Oh, okay. We were on Balmung, that's right. Oh god, what a mess that was. The RP server. Exactly. 14 was a big chunk of my life. And I know you too, Hoot. We spent like a straight year, 2 years just playing Final Fantasy XIV. A Realm Reborn. I never got into it before.
It took me a while to get into it. Like I remember FF14 when you guys initially wanted to get me into it, and I think it took me 3 times to actually start playing.
Because you had like a problem buying it, didn't you?
No, I had a problem. I thought there was with thing. Well, later on, yeah, because I was kind of out of money for a subscription. But when I really started the game, like the early levels are really, really, really slow.
Oh yeah, and they've changed that. They've made it a lot easier. But I remember I blasted through like just doing quests and stuff, and I thought like, why did this take so long? And then they were like, why didn't you do your hunting log? And I was like,
yeah,
what?
The thing is, FF14 like kind of gives you all this like all the new content, in a very incremental manner. So when you start, you almost have nothing. It's just like, okay, here you have your few quests, nothing else. Just go do some stuff. Yeah. And when you get level 10 and when you get level 15, you have access to dungeons, etc., etc. And then you have access to your your company, your free companies,
your mounts with that.
Stuff. So after a while, it picks up, but the very early levels are very, very slow.
Yeah.
But you can blaze through that though now, especially with the new like stuff. Like there's a lot of bonuses now. It's like, oh, just do all this quest and you're like level 10 within a day. Like I remember seeing Mech just coming back within the day. He already has like level 30s and level 10s and all that stuff.
Well, Mech is crazy when it comes to Final Fantasy XIV though. They had like every single class and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my god, Mech, what are you doing? Yeah, I loved it. I loved the music and
come back, man. Like the new stuff is pretty good. Like Heavensward.
Do you have Heavensward?
There. Yeah, it's Heavensward right now, and the newest patch they basically wrapped up the storyline and all that stuff, and it's pretty good. I think
I stopped playing right before all that. I did Heavensward, but I didn't do up to like the fist of the father and the arm of the father. What are they called? Like that whole dungeon, whatever that one is.
Oh, the one
Alexander. Yeah, Alexander. Yeah, I stopped right there.
The first batch of Alexander sucked.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so hard. But I mean, it wasn't hard. It was just like you could only do it a day, and then there was like one a day or one a week, like at one drop a week or something like that.
One a week or something like that.
But man, it was a gorgeous game. Man, we had a lot of fun playing it, so I'm glad that you guys are getting back into it. I told Hoot, I was like, oh yeah, all these people were picking it back up, and I was like, no way, I'm not going back to that. But it would take one time of us playing together where it's like, everybody get on 14, and I'd be like, fuck it, I'm resubbing. Okay, here we go. Like,
I know it only takes one screenshot of my character beckoning you.
Come on in, Castley.
It's all about the chocobos, man. Just have your fat chocobo over there and then next to your lalas or something like that.
I miss all the mounts. Dude, the best mount, I think I was telling Sanguinus, I was like, the best mount is the broom that from the Halloween. I love that mount. I don't know why, the way it's just so cool. I wish you could fly on it, though. But anyway,
you can.
Can you fly in Heavensward on the broom? What?
Yeah.
Resubbing. Okay.
Funny, you know what's funny? That's the one thing that made me resub the last time.
Oh, for the Halloween stuff?
At last Halloween mount?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, because I think it was either Varia599 taunting me, like, hey, there's this mount, and it's great on Lalas. And I managed to get just in for the last few days.
Honestly, all the Halloween stuff was good. Even the hat.
Everything looked good on Lalas because they're just tiny little potatoes, and them on anything huge just looks funny.
Yeah. No, that was a great Halloween update thing. But I'm glad 14's coming back, and I know Vario played it a lot. So shout out again to Vario, who's coming back in August, wherever you are, if you're listening. But yeah, he loved that too. Leto, why don't you play Final Fantasy?
Yeah, you guys should join us.
Never really got
server. I mean, I have like a new character I can level up and all that stuff. You just do it all over again.
Maybe I never really got into the series though.
Have you played any MMO like Warcraft or anything, like the MMO one, not like just the game?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because I felt like that's like not your style MMOs and stuff, which is good. Trust me, you're avoiding a whole mess.
I don't know. It does look fun. A lot of MMOs look fun in general.
Yeah.
And I mean, also, to be honest, I never played a Final Fantasy game in full. I've started the old NES games, but didn't really get through them. Kind of bored me.
Well, let me tell you this. Don't start with 15.
Okay.
Yeah, don't start with that.
Actually, don't start on the Titan E3 demo.
Oh,
that thing is terrible. Yeah, well,
apparently I post some new screenshots for that though.
Oh yeah. So this yesterday. Was it yesterday? That was Final Fantasy XIV's Heavensward 1 year anniversary, I think.
Yeah,
so
I think it was yesterday.
Pretty cool that it came up. But anyways, so Little, what have you been doing this week? That's why I kind of want to go to you.
About a week ago, I re-downloaded one of my favorite childhood games.
Mighty Number 9.
No.
Best game ever.
That is not. No,
it's gonna be somebody's favorite. That's the weird thing. Well, somebody in this world will love Mighty Number 9.
I don't doubt it. Someone might. Anyway, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Have anyone played it?
Nice.
Cool.
It's obviously a classic. I did so I re-downloaded. It was like $4 on GOG. Downloaded it. Just been playing it since. Just getting back into that. It's very nostalgic, but more so than nostalgic, because pretty universally regarded as top tier strategy. And I got the Wake of Gods mod too. That adds all kinds of crap to it. which I often turn off because it adds all these like level 8 monsters with these like really powerful dragons that of like 15 different varieties that I've never even seen before. So,
who owns Might and Magic today? By the way, I'm just curious.
I might.
I used to.
I mean, which company?
Oh, I was like,
Ubisoft. I thought.
No, it's still me.
Right? No.
I own.
I own it. No.
Oh yeah. Yeah, apparently it's
Leto's going to develop for it and all that stuff. He's going to give us like free DLC.
Yeah. Keep tuned in.
Ubisoft. Well,
it's Ubisoft.
Is it actually
My heart
Ubisoft?
sank.
Yeah,
I was going to say.
It's them.
And it's absolute garbage now.
Yeah.
Might and Magic snowboarding game win.
I've never played Might and Magic. I've only played Heroes of Might and Magic, the strategy games. I'm not not particularly interested in the whatever those other ones are, like dungeon crawler.
I want SSX Might and Magic though. That would be really cool.
I want SSX Might and Magic 1080 snowboarding.
Run into a tree, full speed.
Did you guys play the Dark Messiah of Might and Magic?
No.
I really recommend. It's a spin-off. It's a first-person action game spin-off of Might and Magic.
Talking more my language.
Well, it's one of the games that was made before Dishonored. Dishonored uses the same basic combat system that Dark Messiah of Might and Magic established. And it's a very tight melee combat / magic and stuff like that, and some very nice levels. And it's not super well known, but it's very well regarded. I really like playing that game.
Oh, well, we'll check it out.
And something about the new Civilization 6. Reading something about that?
Oh, Civ 6. Oh, yeah, they talked about that. I mean, that was at E3, right? But, they had it playable?
Yeah, I think so, because they have, a bunch of new leaders and all the stuff, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And I don't
do you have a fan on or something? Is something sizzling?
Oh, it's me.
His AC. I'm blasting my AC, too.
Oh, that's right. You're in 100-degree weather over there, huh? I mean,
there you go.
Well, not 100-degree, but yeah, it's better.
Yeah, no, actually, it's raining right now. Pretty you were hearing that.
Oh my god, that's so comfy.
That's
that loud?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave this in just for that rain effect. I'm just going to put rain...
just through the whole thing. Every time you talk, just put rain thing.
Maybe a whale in the back.
It's raining in a storm right now. It's super comfy. This is really, truly the Comfycast.
Got some tea and some hot blankets.
Yeah.
Well, then that wraps up our weeks, guys, for video games at least. Unless, Leto, there was something else. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you did?
No, that was mostly game-wise what I've done.
That and dub track. That's all we do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
playing
don't have
lives.
lives.
It's a good life.
Over meme.
It's a good life we live. Also that, I go back to Overwatch. I mean, I'm sure we all do, or whoever. Not Leto, but maybe, I don't know, Pepsi, are you playing Overwatch?
I don't have Overwatch. Man.
Oh, okay. So me and Hoot are going back to Overwatch and crying every time all the matches we're losing.
I've been playing less, mostly now I play with friends or with CD because playing with randoms is becoming less and less fun.
It's dropping off. I still believe that you kind of shot yourself in the foot buying loot boxes because I've bought 2 and there's a shit ton of stuff I don't have. So I'm at least every time I play, I try to level up once so that way I can get 1 box.
Especially because competitive is being pushed back now to fall. They were supposed to release a summer season competitive mode, and that's been pushed back super recently. I think they announced that today. That is not coming up for the summer; it's going to come for the fall.
Yeah, so I kind of saw that coming. I figured it was just going to be a test run because, the way that Jeff Kaplan was talking about it, he was like, we're going to make up, updates to it depending on the community and stuff. I was like, okay, so you don't have something set in place that you want. You have literally a beta, you're going to try it out, and it's going to go on for months. So I was like, there's no way it's coming out in June, done. So I kind of figured that. But are those weapons still coming out? Because he said there was going to be, gold weapons or something.
Oh, I think they're only for competitive.
So fall then, too, they'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, this is going to be, 2 months of kind of no new content at all.
That's going to suck.
Every other Blizzard game.
Yeah.
What's that, a content route?
Well,
what's that?
Well, back to earlier where you said how and why would you say the playing with randoms has dropped off a bit? Is it because you guys are all getting better and there's just a whole sheer amount of noobs coming in?
I don't know. Well, you'd say your reason. Why do you think it's bad?
I don't know. I wouldn't call myself especially good, but it's kind of annoying when still today you still see the same kind of bullshit you see at launch when people not counter picking and not going for like the adequate hero for the good situation. Like the same mistakes you see again and again and again and again, and you know why you're losing at this point. Other than that, sometimes it's just also there's not real nice. There's very little communication going on with randoms in general, and when you play as a group with like the other dubbers, it just becomes less fun just playing with random people. That's
that's true. That's what eats away at me is the lack of strategy.
Basically, most of the time, like because you know each other, you know what everybody's strengths and weaknesses are, so you know you can cover each other's ass. While like in randoms, you'll be like, I have no idea who this guy is. Like I'm literally, just hoping this guy's good.
That guy is just looking out for himself anyway.
Exactly.
More likely than not going to play as a team.
It's
one extra thing for me.
That mentality is quite similar to like let's say the FF14, like playing with party finding, where you're recruiting these random people to like go do some dungeon with you, and you're like, oh, this guy doesn't DPS as a healer, or like that kind of thing, right?
Oh man, the amount of times you get in those things with a bad tank and everyone's yelling at them.
You have these videos that detail exactly how to do dungeons, like hey, Mr. Happy here. And etc.
You sounded too much like Mr. Are you Mr. Happy?
I am Mr. Happy.
If you are, fuck you. I don't like you.
I like the girl, the one who does
like
the
Mystic.
Yeah, she has
Mystic is the best
voice.
I'm Mystic. Sorry, it's a voice changer.
Yeah, like this video is about dungeons and stuff, so people at least can follow these to the letter, even like they're not the best players. If you follow the instructions of these videos, usually you're good for the ride. Recently, for example, for Overwatch, one character I really like playing is Widowmaker, and they've nerfed Widowmaker a bit just so she's not as bullshit against very squishy characters, because she could one-shot with body shots before, like Tracers and Zenyatta, which is totally fine. But the thing is, the public perception now, like, people don't like it when you pick Widowmaker. And the truth is, I'm not that good with Widowmaker. I want to be good with Widowmaker. I want to get better at headshots, and because if you're a good Widowmaker, you can own the battlefield.
Oh yeah, it's great.
The problem is that the moment I pick one, everybody starts complaining because Widowmaker has been reduced. Like, she's much more situational now.
Yeah,
she's easily more counterable by like Pharahs and Genjis and Winstons. And it's really harder for me to hit squishy targets.
And kind of like the whole Dragoon syndrome in 2.0 for FF14, because like whenever people see like Dragoons, they're like, fuck, it's a Dragoon, he's gonna die.
Yeah. The low Dragoon.
Yeah, exactly.
With Widows, I don't get mad right away, but I do like kind of keep an eye on them. Like I'm like, are you helping? Like, like, is it good that you're going Widow? And then like, also I'm not confrontational. I'm not going to be like, what the fuck are you doing, scrub? Like, get off Widow. Like, like I don't do that stuff unless it's us. Like, but I won't do that with randoms. Fine, fuck it. Well, I'll take the loss and I'll leave the game. But with Widows, I tend to like kind of see like, okay, are they like actually staying Widow? Are they doing good? Are they jumping around characters? Are they, but I won't go. That's the thing that I think it affected is like, I won't go Widow or Hanzo because I'm afraid of the pressure. Like I have to be good. Like I have to be good or else I'm going to have to leave, like not leave the game, but like switch characters. And then like, and then it's, it throws off the whole balance of the team or whatever. So it's hard to find the right ways to practice with them because right now that they're she's nerfed, but you want to be good, I can see that struggle where it's like, well, how do I get better? I have to trudge through this, like, people hating me to get good.
Like, same for Hanzo, which is kind of gated behind. And even when I did good, like, I had some matches when I actually did pretty good with Widow, and I managed to score headshots, even, like, on the ground in tight situations. But still with that, like, people ask me, oh, you need to switch. You're not putting your weight. I'm like, nah, fuck you. I did like
and we play match. Who's telling us who to go? Like maybe don't be Lucio
and like
here.
you're not going to ask the two Genjis to change, stuff like that. So this is kind of been bumming me out recently in Overwatch because it's a character I really like to play, and I know she was bullshit before, even though I still enjoy playing her. But like now I want to get good at her, but I don't really have the occasion because training mode doesn't really help.
No, everything's just standing still, walking back and forth. It's like, how am I getting it? Like, put me with like computer players in training mode or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
Speaking of training modes, though, like I'd like to add on like something that I really like what Square Enix did with 14, because they actually added something so you can actually practice your rating.
More than the dummies? Oh, what?
No, not dummies. They actually had like a system where you can actually practice like raid bosses' phases.
Oh, cool!
Really?
I didn't even know that. What is that called?
I think it's just called a raid finder, and then in the raid finder, there's like a thing you can press that it's like, oh, I want to test out the first phase or the second phase or the third phase.
Oh, is that the thing they introduced in 3.2?
Yes,
sounds awesome. Actually,
okay, so I missed that because I haven't played since after 3.1, so I missed 3.2 and 3.3.
Yeah, there's that, cool, and then there's the there's like a DPS check as well that basically it's like an in-game. It's like, okay, you should be doing this amount of damage for this boss, or else you're gonna die, or you won't be able to be. You're not on par with
what you should be. Yeah. That sounds super really convenient. Cool. Actually, I remember like when because I played Summoner, so I was always trying to see like how much I was doing and stuff, and comparing on other sites. And I downloaded these like overlays that would tell you, like what were they called, like
parsers?
I forgot. Yeah, parser. Yeah, I would get like parse myself and see what I was doing, and I was like, I don't understand if I'm doing good or not. So that sounds super convenient. But
exactly. So it's really cool that when companies actually listen to like this kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, it would be really cool for us to gauge ourselves and how we should do and all that stuff. And it's like, oh crap, they actually made
that's gotta take away from the kind of anger that comes from doing randoms and stuff, because it's like if you have that tool there, then chances are those people are taking advantage of it at least, and they can see if they're doing bad, rather than just throwing them in there and like, hopefully I have the right armor equipped and the right the right stuff, and I'm where I'm supposed to be, because then you have these people, hey, are you really like wearing that? Are you really like using that? And are you using this stance or whatever the fuck they get mad about? And and then people just leave, and there's a wait, and it's a good thing for them to have added in every sense, I think.
Compared to the mentor system, which doesn't really help, and it just makes people entitled as shit.
Yes, exactly. Oh man, so many dungeons I ran where people were just yelling at each other, and it was like, I just want to run around and open my book and use my
You haven't really lived until you have done a dungeon healing Varia as a tank.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, to be fair though, I did actually this week I did a 24-man raid earlier, and as a drag queen, suddenly I was tanking the first boss because everybody was fucking incompetent. They didn't know how to rip off, how to provoke and all stuff. I'm like halfway in the fight, and I just realized, why am I taking that much damage? Oh, I'm tanking. What?
Yeah. Yep.
That's kind of dumb.
Having a bad tank sucks. Thing. But that's what I'm saying is, there's got to be something there, and that's why I'm glad they added it to. At least you can say like, hey, this exists, go to it. Other than like, hey, go download a parser, and hopefully you can figure that shit out and see what you're doing and see what you're doing wrong. And
it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Speaking of better than nothing, holy shit.
So not action now, it's Sonic.
Let's chain on the big event of the week. The release.
Of Mighty Number 9.
Broken release.
Mighty Number 5.6.
Mediocre number 5.6.
Very much so.
That's all that.
I will say straight up, 5.6 is a very fair score for that game.
I think
no 5 we use as well.
Not less, no more.
It was.
Because I remember people were saying that it broke consoles and all that.
It wasn't breaking them. It's it was hard locking or something like that. It was more of something. It's not exactly the game. I don't know. Mysteries of concept.
It was a reward for getting it on Wii U. We broke your Wii U for you, so you don't have to do it yourself.
I don't understand how this is possible.
2016.
2016, and basically Keiji Inafune is a professional con man.
Well, here's the thing. Let me talk really quick before you get into the score and the game itself. What I want to say about Inafune.
He's a fuckhead. I hate
people are so mad at him right now, and I'll always thank him for Mega Man, but I'm also upset with the way the game turned out. Obviously, all I can do is all I think about in myself, and I'm not trying to be an apologist for him or whatever, but it's imagine the pressure, not the pressure. Imagine the way it feels for him right now, and I know he makes millions of dollars or whatever. Great, but still, it's he had Mega Man, he made Mega Man, he lost it. He lost control of it, went to Capcom, whatever. He couldn't do anything with it that he wanted to do. So he made this other thing, and now he lost it. Like, he can never touch this again. And even though he's like, oh, Mighty Number 9 2, whatever, like, to build it back from how bad this game came out is such a struggle that, like, it feels like he's going through it again. Like, he must hate the way this cycle keeps happening to him with these, basically the same game. Like, you know, even though it's a spiritual successor, it's Mega Man. Like, you know, it is. And the same exact shit basically happened in a faster way where everyone turned on this franchise now. If you consider Mighty Number 9 to be a new franchise or whatever, like, that's it. It's already, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, it already has so much hate behind it. No matter what he does, no matter how he touches it, everyone's going to go into it angry. And the same thing with Mega Man, where it's like, what could they possibly do? Like, what they've done to it already is like, besides Smash, like, there's nothing that they did that's been great in so long that, you know. Well, so I feel bad for him, but it's like, it's just such a shitty situation to be in.
He deserves every single kind of like criticism that he gets, because one, he's basically completely destroyed Capcom as a company, when he was president. And, you know, he was like doing all the whole, like, oh, Mega Man Legends 3 and all that stuff. Yeah, that's kind of cool. At the same time, you completely screwed over all the other franchises.
God, I wish Mega Man Legends 3 had come out.
I wish that too, but then at the same time, he was the guy that was all about the, like, oh, let's outsource all of our IP so that, you know, we make more money, yet in the end, it basically pissed everybody off.
Yeah, it's so hard.
The funny thing is that he came out.
He was the guy that was all for the DLC thing. He was all about the, like, oh, we should have DLC for, you know, the Resident Evil game modes and all this stuff, because, you know, why the fuck not? And in the end, look what kind of gaming culture that we have now because of that.
Yeah, what were we saying, Hoot?
I was saying, like, funny thing you mentioned, like, he kind of created Mega Man. He came out recently saying, I'm not the creator of Mega Man.
Not. He just designed him. He was a designer on the original team. That's all.
For me, for my personal history behind Mighty Number 9, because when it was announced back then, I didn't back it because Mega Man, because personally, I'm not, like, I like Mega Man games, I'm not super attached, and there's more than 24 Mega Man games out there.
Yeah, like, if you want a Mega Man, you can find a Mega Man. Yeah, like, you know, like, it's all been done.
There's a huge amount of Mega Man games, so I didn't think there was, like, a necessary drought, or, like, that Mega Man didn't get its due. It had, like, 25 plus more games and even more spin-offs between Mega Man X, Mega Man Zero, Mega Man ZX, Battle Network, etc., etc.
Star Force.
Yeah. But for me, it was most like because the company concepts, and at the time I really liked them because they made a game for Vita which was called Soul Sacrifice, which was kind of one of their first big games, because it was a rather new company helmed by Inafune. I was like, yeah, cool, and kind of going into that independent route because I really like Soul Sacrifice and Soul Sacrifice Delta, and I thought, well, it was not the perfect game, but like it was a very competent one, and like it runs super well on Vita.
Good writing.
Yeah, it's a pretty okay writing.
I like the little book guy.
Yeah, and this is more of what saddens me is now Concepts, the entire company is like stuck in this miasma of bad PR because of that singular game, and stuff like ReCore also now is, and everyone is looking down their sights on ReCore, looking for the slightest flaw because it has Concepts and Inafune's name all over it.
Trusting that right now is kind of a big gamble.
Yeah,
you know?
As far as I'm calling Inafune a con man, I wouldn't technically call him a con man because he did deliver what he promised. It's just that what he promised.
It's just really shit.
Well, I also heard that he didn't actually say it's better than nothing. Like I heard
it's not him who said that.
It was a translator. Like
it's another guy. Like he didn't say anything like that. It's like there's a lot. The thing is with Mighty Number 9, there's a lot of mismatched critic. Like there's a lot of bullshit flying around it. It's like people love
Dina thing as well.
The Dina thing is kind of
right.
It's the whole thing about when they got that community manager, and I'll just say she wasn't a very good community manager, but it never went beyond that.
Yeah, I didn't like.
She wasn't making a conspiracy to like destroy the game with an agenda about a blue robot shooting other robots.
Yeah.
But the one thing is that there's also a lot of people using, the Kamiya quote that he's not a creator, he's a businessman. Despite Kamiya coming out later on, I didn't mean that as an insult. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they have to be. They have to be.
But yeah, and it kind of muddles the actual critics again, like Mighty Number 9 that it came out, but there's also of course a lot at fault with how the Kickstarter ran, how all the in between shit that came up, the entire PR disaster when you tried to make another Kickstarter for another game which looked horrible, and then an anime or like a movie franchise,
the TV show,
out of a franchise that A wasn't out yet, and B didn't look super good.
And we were still waiting on the first Kickstarter to be done. Like, it should have been done by the time those were.
Like, so, you got our money. Finish that first.
Yeah, then we'll see.
Move on if that picks up. But yes, I'm not like angry. Like, I'm not super angry. I'm just slightly sad about the whole Mighty Number 9.
Like, I understand people's anger. I understand their frustrations with him specifically, but I always think, like, there's a team behind this. Like, it's not, like, he's not, you're looking at someone to blame, and it's straight to him, obviously, but there's, like, other people that made little decisions that made this game as bad/good as it is, or as good as it'll ever be. So, that's just, like, not the business side of it, but the looking at how it got to here. But now let's talk about actual gameplay wise. What did you think of it?
Impressions, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, like I said, like I did 6 of the 8 bosses. I haven't touched much of the equivalent of the YD stages that came after this.
Blackwell.
The general impressions, so first off, and that's something that everybody noticed, the art style is complete garbage.
It's just so empty. Like, everything's so... It drags you down. Like, I don't know.
It's drab, it's colorless, it's really, really bad. Like, the character models look... There's way to do something pretty with, like, pasted textures, and you can do very good things with cell shading, and you can do very good things with low poly models. Like, there's countless examples of how you can make this work, and there just seems to have been nothing done. And the shocking thing is that there's been nothing really done since 2014. There's a comparison video about certain stages from 2 years ago to now, and it's not that different.
Isn't there that video that they're like, this is probably going to look really primitive when the game actually comes out, and it looks like 10 times better?
Yeah, because they still have all the shaders from Unreal Engine. Like, they are using Unreal Engine 3 for this game.
Yeah.
But even then, like, stuff is possible with this engine to not make it look as bad as it is.
Oh boy.
Even on PC, which seems to run better and like look slightly better, it's still super drab. Gameplay wise, other than that, I find it to be pretty, like, it's average. Sometimes it's pretty okay. It can be pretty fun on levels.
Okay, here's the thing. I'll agree with you on actual gameplay, as in how you're controlling him. But I will not agree the gameplay is good level design-wise as far as challenging.
Level design is very simple.
I've seen better things. I saw better things in Mega Man 2, obviously, than I did there. And that's, like, so long ago, like... More things that were challenging, more things that were engaging, and then not even talking about bosses, because bosses are just, I mean, that's a whole other thing, but just actual level design. Like, I like the dash thing. I actually do like it, how you accumulate, like, different, like, kind of power-up things from different certain enemies. But actual, like, level design of what you're doing was really, like, boring. That's all it was. It was just very boring. Like, I think I started falling asleep.
Yeah, there's some levels I actually like more like the AV stage, like the kind of aerial kind of stage, which actually needs you to pay attention, and like you're over pits and you have to do certain jumps, and you can use you can try to do a gambit with your dashes. And I felt like there was there's a little bit of thought and level design there.
But see, that's kind of, they reuse that in like another level. What's the one with the cars where you're like on a highway?
Funny enough, that's one of the only ones I haven't played.
Oh, okay. I think it's like the oil dude. I don't know. It's like the same things that they do.
Dude.
Yeah. It's like the same things they just do over and over again. It's like, okay.
It's one design they repeat. And Other than that, yeah, but they're just super simplistic. They're like the bare minimum when it comes to a Mega Man game. Which is really shocking because, like I said earlier, there's 25 plus games that you can look at just for inspiration.
There's no innovation as well. It's just kind of like, look at me, I'm doing the baseline thing, and here you go, here's a product.
Yeah. It's really it just
kind of felt like a slap in the face,
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't think anyone. Like I said, this will be someone's favorite game. Someone who had no idea about all this stuff going on before it, and was like, "Oh, this is like a Mega Man ripoff," not knowing like it was like the guy, and not knowing there was a Kickstarter, not knowing anything, and they might just be like, "This is the coolest new thing I've played."
Mega Man X5 and have a more fun time.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Mega Man X, maybe. How about let's cool it?
X5, yeah, like I would say slightly, but
not X6.
Not
X5 was like the last bearable one.
X.
Yeah. Well,
I actually never played anything past X. I didn't play anything past X. As far as like the mainline Mega Man games go.
I only played 1 through 6.
Good. Stay that way, you pure innocent man.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd recommend jumping into 10. I'd recommend jumping to X.
Pretty good.
I
actually kind of like Battle Network.
Oh yeah, Battle Network. I'm talking about mainline Mega Man games where it's just like side-scrolling Mega Man games. But yeah, Battle Network's great and Legends is great. But as far as Mega Man goes, I think anyone should play 1, 2, 3, 10 or X.
I had the PC version of Legends, and I did not get very far in it.
I did. No, I used to run a PlayStation disc on my PC with some like that converter thing that you could play PlayStation games on. What was it called?
An emulator?
No, it was like an emulator. It was like you actually used the CD. Well, I guess it would still be an emulator, but
it's probably an emulator.
It's like
it was like a thing I could think of.
But you actually used the PlayStation disc. It was something. I remember doing that. I don't know. I was like a kid, but that's how I played Legends.
Ah.
But yeah,
speaking of which, game.
Yeah.
There's
also the other thing in the Mighty Number 9 is the dash mechanic. So in concept, the dash mechanic seems very interesting because it's a kind of movement-based ability that will allow you to go for, apparently they kind of thought of this game as trying to make it more like a speed-running game almost.
Yeah.
That seems to be kind of the intention. The problem with the dash is that it's the only required thing to defeat enemies. And there's no real flexibility around that. And for normal enemies, it's kind of okay because they're barely obstacles. But for bosses, it's extremely annoying because bosses are real bullet sponges, and the life don't go down. Like, you have to hit them several times, and then they turn purple.
And then you dash them.
Then you have to dash them to take down the life. Otherwise, they reset, and the life goes back up.
Yep.
And for certain bosses, notably Avi, the aerial one, who, if you make him go purple, but just not have enough time to dash, he's kind of out of reach, and then he goes out the screen. And then he will reset, very quickly, and he's probably one of the most bullet sponge bosses of all the bosses. He takes forever to go down. And in addition with bosses is that their patterns are incredibly boring for the most part.
Yeah, which was probably the biggest disappointment to me because Mega Man has always been like, okay, check their pattern. Every boss is find their pattern, figure it out, do it again. You have 3 lives. Okay, what are they doing? Okay, I got to know that next time. And then, you maybe you have to run through the level again to get to them. But that was the coolest part. But these are always just okay, they go up, they shoot, they come down, they go up, they shoot, they down. Every single boss. And so at least every one that I got to. So it was just super annoying and disappointing.
Yeah, there's a few who are better, like the ice boss. Actually, you have to do a bit more of a pattern recognition. Yeah. And the one who the sniper one, so his stage is absolute dog shit.
Really now.
But yeah, his stage has a gimmick. It's basically one long hallway divided into several rooms, but it's not about platforming. It's just one very long hallway.
Oh,
and
God.
He keeps shooting at you from one end to the other, and you have to find the correct room where he is in. Find him several times, you can just shoot him a bit, and then once you do that enough, I'll say, okay, that's enough, now come find me in my boss room. But the process, and if
that's kind of dumb.
and there's no checkpoint. So if you die, because the whole hallway loops around, like it's one continuous thing. If you die at any point, you start the level all over again.
Ooh.
You have to redo the whole process.
It's like they found a way to make the whole level a bullet sponge, like literally.
The boss itself was actually pretty nice. It also had a gimmick, but actually pretty okay gimmick by my books. But yeah, that level was just so bad.
It is disheartening, I think, all around to see the level design, the boss fights, the actual artwork, and again, this is that I played it with it in Japanese voiceover too. I did not want to hear their English casting voices because I'm sure it would have been like 20 times cringier, which you told me, Hoot. So thank you for that. But I can only imagine. I saw
the gameplay. It's kind of like it's very baseline and like nothing special and all. So.
No, it was lackluster. So yeah, I agree with the 5.6 that IGN gave it. I don't know. I know other places gave it like about the same.
A lot of reviews basically said that like I rather actually just play Mega Man.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd rather play. I mean, anything else. Which was what sucks is that it had all this power behind it. It had a huge fan base of people that were like, "Yes, do it." Like, it also felt like a redemption kind of story for Inafune and like just the Mega Man series in general. And that's why it's like, no matter how, I'll say we try, but considering myself as part of the fan base, it's like no matter how much we hope or try for something good for this one thing, like or offshoot of Mega Man and stuff, it always fails. Like it's so weird, but that's another reason that it probably leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth. Is it's like again, we got the short end of the stick here. You know, we got fucked over.
It just felt so uninspired because, like, if you look at the designs, it's like okay, it's very familiar looking, and then you look at. You look at the other guy, Ray or something like that. It's like, it's literally Zero.
Yep.
With base, like, melted.
Which is what Hoot said is like we have enough Mega Man games, so like you could have gone with it and then like completely switched it up, but you didn't. You just went for like worse than Mega Man.
That's why I really like X in general because like they deviated from the formula in terms of like character designs. It's like they introduced Zero. They introduced Vile. Like that was really cool.
X is great because that fucking music, man. Every single song in that game. Every stage, I know every boss song. Like it's just so memorable. Like, oh man, what a great game. Anyways, another thing I wanted to hint at, or Hoot, did you have anything else you had to say about the gameplay?
Well, no, it's pretty like. Am I breaking up?
No, I was doing a gunshot noise. Sorry.
No. Almost same thing.
We were breaking up with video games.
No, gameplay wise, yeah, but like my experience was like, yeah, it's not completely bad. It's just completely mediocre, which is almost worse. I remember, like you kind of pointed out, but when the Kickstarter originally came upon, and like there was this, I remember I think he announced it around TGS, and he made the whole video. It was like, yeah, we're kind of taking back our creative freedom, and yeah, it was a TGS.
He was like walking around and going to these old video game shops and stuff.
Yeah, and like
he was in a castle for some reason.
And like we're taking back our creative freedom, and like okay, we're gonna revive a franchise that everybody loves, and that's the weird thing, knowing that is a project of passion, that not more efforts has been put in into this game. Which really weirds me out. Now I don't know if it's just because of the case there's so many different platforms, and they wanted to because the lowest platforms are 3DS and Vita. So I don't know if like they had to just lower all the expectations just to make it go on these two.
Then they shouldn't have even made those tiers, because remember in Kickstarter those were like what do you call it, like
yeah, they were stretch goals.
Yeah, stretch goals. Yeah, they shouldn't have even had those. If they didn't think they could actually make like two separate versions of it, one dumbed down for that and one not, like if anything, at least the PC should be like crazy better than anything, and it's not. Like it's sad. But
yeah, like I wouldn't be against them trying a sequel, despite all that. Like, not really. Like, okay,
good luck finding the funding for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give them any money or like any.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against them. I wouldn't be against them attempting it, but just like Watch Dogs, I will not be.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because the thing is, like, when I was playing it, it's like I was thinking to myself, it wouldn't need that much to be like to go from completely mediocre to kind of good at least.
Yeah.
Like to rise to at least a 6 or 7 out of 10. Like if they improve the art style, if they switched up the level designs just a bit and like tweaked the bosses, and are like add a charge. If you want to go Mega Man, at least add a charge shot, like something that like in the games you can get the red power up that allows you to shoot through several enemies, and that's the best power up because it allows you to charge through several enemies at once, and that's in anything in the game, that's the most satisfying thing you can do, especially if you're trying to speedrun levels. I was thinking, like, why not just give us a charge shot when you have to charge up and it does the same effect?
I wonder why they didn't add a charge shot, actually.
And stuff like that. So
it felt very arbitrary when they just left out some features,
Yeah, that's surprising to me.
Yeah, it's like
Mega Man 3, right?
Yeah, if you want to be Mega Man, you might as well have gone full out and given us that too.
Exactly. It's like, at least give me a good ripoff, not a very, very bad impersonation of it.
Yeah, don't go back to Mega Man 1 in terms of going back to your roots. It's like, if this is a new Sonic game, it's like, oh, we're gonna make it just like Sonic 1 with no spin dash and like shitty camera.
Hey, there's no like armor upgrades in this set. I haven't gotten there or anywhere far.
No upgrades, no. It's just the different stuff.
That's
bosses.
Something that they could have. Because one thing I loved about X was that how you find those little and then like your armor goes changing. Actually, like you become the white. Like you get all that. Like, oh man, that was so cool.
Mm-hmm. As far as more compliments, let's say the Japanese dub is bearable.
Yeah. I
switched it to Japanese. The music is actually pretty okay. There's some tracks I actually like.
There's like 4 songs though, isn't there? I like that main song. I've always liked it because what's her name created it for them.
Matsude, I think.
Yeah, but there's nothing else that stood out to me.
There's a few songs in Through the Stages I actually liked, but yeah, that's kind of as much praise as I can give the game.
Yep. Mediocre indeed.
Me completely mediocre, but yeah, I wouldn't be against, like, because like I said, this just a few things, and especially like the art style would need the biggest overhaul and like a serious touch up. But like other than that, tweak a few stuff and you could have actually a pretty decent game you could build upon. Not a very interesting one because it would still be like a very basic Mega Man clone.
They would need to add something like different, totally different from Mega Man at all. I think for it to stand on its own.
I also played actually the Ray DLC that came with it. Ray's gameplay I liked it a bit better, but it also comes with a gimmick that I find slightly annoying. So she is all melee.
Oh, okay.
She does not have any like range abilities, and I haven't
the one that looks like a Getter Robo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But she's all, and the thing is, she constantly loses life, and you get back your life by killing enemies. So you have to play very aggressive, but also be careful of not being hit, because then that portion of life is definitively gone. It's kind of like the Bloodborne system.
Oh, okay, I see.
So it's kind of interesting. It's a really kind of a hard mode, this kind of thing, because you have to play super aggressive, but you also have to be careful of not being too like imprecise. And she seems more adapted because you can just slash into most enemies and just like run through, and she is ostensibly a slightly more fun character to play in some situations, and she also kind of melts certain bosses, which is also hilarious. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Mighty Number 9 for me.
Yeah. One last thing I'll say is there is apparently an incredibly 4-hour-long credits at the end of the game.
Oh, because
all
the that bad.
All the backers are listed, so it takes 4 hours to get through the credits.
Every single one, and most of them are just called a generous backer. A generous backer.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I guess we'll just release a book and say just like mail them the thing. Well. Is it skippable though? That's the thing.
Yeah, it's skippable.
That's the question.
It's skippable. It's just like ridiculous. Like
you can also skip like to the specific number, because if you still have your backer number, you can go to the specific number where you are. You can see your name scrolling through.
Oh yeah, I do have my backer number.
Hinafune Senpai.
Totally forgot.
That's a bit better then.
I actually have my backer number tattooed on my arm, so I feel really, really bad.
Like this one great thing I've been going through, because in the in one of the forum posts about Mighty Number 9, people have started reposting all these comics that have been made when the Kickstarter started. All these comics about how, Mega Man was being taken away by Capcom, and like Mighty Number 9 was going to save him.
I remember
that.
Man.
Not so
and like looking hopeful, like it's going to be okay.
Nope. That's what I'm saying, man. It was like everybody wanted this redemption story, and it just did not happen. And that's why people feel burned, I think. So, yeah, people are mad. I'll still be mad, but I'm going to try to beat it as much as I can push myself through.
It's not super long, and where the point I'm at, I might as well just to exercise the feeling. In contrast, though, another thing that surfaced during E3 and another product of Kickstarter, before you go, Kickstarter was a mistake. Another very similar project that surfaced during E3 and like had several footage floating around is the Bloodstained.
Which is a complete demo. 180 with the Mighty Number 9 thing.
Yeah.
From the
so far, I'm reserving judgment until games are in our hands. Like, I'm not saying anything about Kickstarter games anymore, but it looks great.
Absolutely.
It looks 20 times better. So, did you try out the demo, or it's out, or did you not get to try it, or what is it?
I didn't play it myself, so I saw just I looked at the entirety of the Jim Sterling gameplay, because he did a pretty complete...
The E3 ones looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And the Oz menu actually had a lot of really cool stuff going on.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a complete difference in terms of style, in terms of presentation. Like, this nails Castlevania Symphony of the Night so much, while adding even more a bit of flair and
its own style as well.
Yeah, it's and it looks to play good. Like, so far, like, the level design is not mind blowing because it's kind of like a example, and so you don't have really hard creatures to fight, and you don't have really a very intricate level design. It all happens on this big boat thing, and there's a boss at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything from even the little turning animation is so similar to Symphony of the Night. Like when your character turns from one direction to another.
But that's the kind of stuff that I think I really like in terms of like their subtlety, because it's like, okay, they're ripping it off, but at the same time it's like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, because they know, like they know the little details that people really liked about stuff like Symphony of the Night, etc., etc. So, and I mean, this is kind of like, it's the same thing as Koji Igarashi, who wanted to basically I want to make another Castlevania, and nobody would let me. So I'll just make a not Castlevania, which plays exactly the same.
It's weird how this happens so much right now in this time period of video games, where these spiritual successors are like becoming a thing. Like, you have Mighty Number 9, Bloodstained, Yooka-Laylee. There's another one.
The Descent one.
A Hat in Time.
Oh no, what's that game?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Which genre is it?
I was gonna say it is, but it's not a spiritual successor. It's that one that had a Kickstarter that they canceled because they wanted to have like a demo. What's his name? Romero?
I forgot the name, but I see exactly what you're talking about.
He wanted to make another game, and I was kind of like, so it's like, it's weird that this is happening right now in this period that we're going through.
Psychonauts as well. Like, Psychonauts is more of a sequel, not like a spiritual successor. Like, it's just they want to make a sequel.
Shovel Knight was also like kind of like a Kickstarter game as well, right?
What game?
Which one?
Shovel Knight.
Oh, was it?
Yes,
it was Kickstarter.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
But see, that's where you take a Mega Man style and you do it in your own your own thing, and it becomes amazing. Like, that's another thing I would say. You want to play a Mega Man game? Play Shovel Knight. Like, that is really fucking awesome.
There's a new one now?
Speaking of which, like, they had the best timing, because with the release of Mighty Number 9, and Club comes out, it's like, hey, so we have the Spectre Knight DLC coming up, and we have the King Knight DLC coming up, and we have all this cool shit coming up.
Exactly. And they did a survey today, I think. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That they asked what you want them to do next.
There's
Shovel Knight 2.
Like Shovel Knight 2, Shovel Knight multiplayer, and there's like just a bunch of different, they're all like classic gameplay styles. Like, hey, do you want us to make a classic RPG? Do you want us to make another platformer? Do you want us to make like a Contra-like game? There's all these kind of retro stuff, but they seem to be wanting to touch touching a lot of different styles.
I heard an interview with the guy from Yacht Clubs, and he seems super like, not really nice, but like passionate about Shovel Knight, about even Mega Man, those kind of style things.
Oh man, it shows.
Yeah, and I think
that's good though. Like, it's good to be passionate about the games that you make.
Yeah, that's really all it takes. That's really all it takes. If my number 9 would have had that, someone, and I guess again you can blame Inafune, but it's like someone branching overall, looking at everything and seeing like, is this what we want it to be? Like, is this not only good, but is it like live up to our own expectations? Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't, then we just need to stop. You know, like I feel like they did that with. Honestly, I feel like they did that with Titan, Overwatch. Like, or I saw the interviews with him saying like this was not where we wanted to be, and like everyone was like disconnected from it, and we didn't want to just put something out, so we canned the whole thing and then scrapped what they could, obviously, and that became Overwatch. But it's so weird how that has happened so much. But yeah, so that's Bloodstained. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, get some water, and I'm gonna get some tissues to finish crying about my number 9, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. We're all back. What?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm too busy like doing PvP.
Oh, you're playing video games while we're doing this, huh?
Yeah.
He has a great idea.
That's nice. Yeah, that's smart. So we're back. Welcome back from our break. We have some more little tidbits of news before we go into Compendium or whatever. So what do we got? What do we want to talk about last?
Branching off on a few extra things. So, remember we kind of talked about a lot of the Xbox One stuff is also coming to PC.
Yes.
Dead Rising 4 is kind of more than that because it was recently revealed shortly after we did our podcast last week that the Windows 10 is it's a 90 days exclusive to Windows 10, and it's a 1 year exclusive for Xbox. So Dead Rising 4 not really an exclusive apparently.
Yeah.
And kind of wondering if we're also going to see more of these Windows 10 exclusive limited times. That's going to come to
That's
Steam,
very possible.
Really would hope so.
I read something about the fact that Microsoft was actually going to use Steam instead of just the Windows Store. I don't remember if that was on just one game or on all of them, but they had touched on it, the possibility of going through Steam to get your games for Windows. Which would be
the last
that would be good because I don't want to deal with games for Windows Live.
Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, people were just if you can get it on Steam, who cares who made it? I can get it on Steam. That's where I play my games. So that'd be really smart of them. I'm sure that they'll eventually come to that, at least with some games. Yeah, Dead Rising 4 looked good. I mean, I was into it.
Looks really good. Looks really fun.
You think it's coming to PS4?
Well, they said so. It's a 1 year exclusive for Xbox. It's probably going to come to PS4 a year later.
Very possible. Very possible.
Although the Tomb Raider one, which was supposed to come out to PS4, still hasn't come out, right?
Still? Wow.
Because that's supposed to come out pretty soonish. The exclusivity is gone, I think, at this point.
Huh. Maybe they're waiting closer to holiday.
Hoping
probably.
Drops. Yeah, probably. Secondly, Zero Time Dilemma, Zero Escape Free.
Crazy good reviews, right?
Crazy good reviews.
Yeah, I'm talking about this. Really
10 out of 10, 7, 9.5, some really, really, really good reviews, some really impatient. And sadly, it's a game we'll not be able to talk about due to the nature of said game.
Yeah. But really quick, let's run down, or you inform me if you know what games you have to play to be caught up in how that is, because I know there's 999 Virtue's Last Reward.
Play 999 first, and then Virtual Last Reward.
Okay, all right.
And I would recommend for Virtual Last Reward to pick up the Vita version or I think it's a PC version right now.
Ooh,
PC version?
I think it's a PC version that came out. If I am not mistaken, I'm going to check this. It's not.
Vita sounds good, actually. Actually, Vita's on sale right now on the PlayStation Store. There's a flash sale. Virtue's Last Reward.
It's dead in North America.
So if you looking to pick that up, why not? Crazy good reviews.
Oh yeah, this the
PC.
The Zero Time Dilemma, Zero Escape. The first one is coming to PC.
Nice.
this June, it says.
That's good. Right now.
So it should right now. It's out
online.
now. Re-released it.
Get it now.
Zero Scale. It's actually out. It's actually out now, and it's free. Go get it now.
What?
I'm downloading. No, he's lying.
No.
Oh, it's free. Okay, downloading.
From where?
I don't know. It's like I just saw something on Steam. Like,
it's free on this blog I checked called Kick-Ass Torrents. Holy shit!
It's free.
You're straight up stealing.
No, check the Steam. There's one thing that says free. It says another one that says available June 29.
Free soundtrack.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I've played VLR. Played 99. Super impatient about that game. Along with all the other shit that I mentioned before that's coming out this summer. I think we said it last time, but right now it's like 2 great games per month coming out, and I can't keep up.
Yeah. Mighty Number 9 being the coolest one.
Of course.
Oh, hey, Fire Emblem X whatever came out yesterday, right? Or today?
Is it already out?
Fates?
Yeah, Fates came out. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, that's what it is. Tokyo Mirage Sessions came out. That's what the game it's called. So, yeah, people were saying it's like okay. Obviously, there was all the censorship stuff going on. But
I heard about that.
Okay is the best kind of endorsement you can get.
Yeah.
It's okay.
For a K-pop or a J-pop idol game on Wii U. Okay, K-pop. Sounds like a 9 out of 10 to me.
So, isn't that like the only game that's out on Wii U this year?
Color Splash?
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, tell me, like, what's a game that came out for Wii U this year?
Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Yeah, Star
Fox. Close, but not quite. Star Fox, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Remastered.
Okay.
Mighty Number 9.
Wow.
Splatoon. No, that's
really sad.
That was like not like if you look up Wii U 2016 games, there's nothing.
It's sad at this point.
My Wii U has collected so much dust.
There's a few extra things now. Like apparently since E3, there's a few extra things added, but most of these are either Kickstarter things that are not out yet, or like stuff that are not necessarily guaranteed to come out for 2016. So yeah, not super great. And even though Reggie says, "Oh, we're gonna have the best holiday yet," sorry, Reggie, I did not seem to follow you on that.
Did not happen.
No, Reggie, you're now very sad.
Hold out for Zelda. Hold out for Zelda in February or March? March, right?
Yeah, it's March. It was early 2017, or first half of 2017. I'm expecting it's going to be delayed slightly.
The Breath of the Wild is just the breath everyone's holding, waiting for a game to come out. It's like, oh, finally a fucking game.
Breath of the Wild is the final.
They really just need to show
like
Mega Milk holding the game and people buy it.
Fucking Mega Milk. God damn it. I almost was free. Pepsi, what have you done?
What are we talking about? Just type Mega Milk on Google.
Mega Milk, and you'll see her, and you'll fall for head over heels. Yeah, so there wasn't much else to talk about because E3 was this week. Oh,
last little thing.
Here we go. Surprise.
It was not really a surprise. Recently, if you've been following Twitter, someone has been on fire with this Sonic Twitter.
Oh, damn, savage.
So good.
Dude is savage.
They've been doing like some little voice, very good, high quality, like little voice Twitter response, or like the voice actor for Sonic and the voice actor for Dr. Robotnik.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It's super good. And it's also like a preparation for the 25th anniversary, which in July, they're going to announce a new game. And Austin's, it seems like from rumors and leaks and like from the guy who owns the Twitter account himself, I don't know, like it counts as PR, I guess, that it's not going to be something like Sonic Boom. We might get something that's closer to, I'm hoping for a Generations 2 or something in that vein.
Yeah.
Because Generations is the only good 3D Sonic game that came out in a super long time, if ever.
You didn't like Adventures?
I think they're highly overrated.
Well, I definitely think 2 is.
How about Sonic Racing Transformed? Good.
Yeah, Transform's good.
I played Adventures on Dreamcast, and that's probably why I loved it, because it was the only game that I had to play on Dreamcast.
No, I played Adventure 1 and 2 on Dreamcast, and I liked them as a kid, but like going back, there's so much bad in them. 2 is better. Like,
a lot of games didn't really age well, just think about it. Like,
No,
for sure. Go back to play the stuff that you really love as a child, and it's like, holy shit, this is terrible.
But Adventure 1 in particular, like, did not age well, especially because you consider, like, it's a game that's divided into 6 characters, and only maybe 3 of them are fun to play, and only one of them has, like, a lengthy campaign.
Yeah, that's true.
I just really want them to actually remake Neko's Chaotix.
Oh, it'll be fun.
Because I need to see my the other Chaotix guys again, because they're like...
Oh, you want that Charmy Bee back? You didn't have enough of Charmy Bee in Sonic Heroes? And this great voice acting?
I did not play Heroes. I did not play Boom.
I only care about the SBO.
I'm tired of Sonic's friends, to be honest. Like, Sonic, okay, I'll play Sonic, but I'm tired of... They try to shoehorn in all this other, like, characters and shit. Sonic and Knuckles, maybe. And, like, Tails' side mission. Like, that's all I need. I don't need, like...
Well, the thing is now with the Sonic Boom cartoon... Like, because there's really good writing in that cartoon. Like, it's really funny in some moments. So if they can just adapt the writing and make a good game with it, that's not Sonic Boom, but keep, like, the actual good writing and the humor. Like, go for it. Because I can go with friends who, like, don't take themselves super seriously, like, in a Japanese sense, where they try to sell you a black hedgehog, super edgy, who uses guns.
You also have to remember you have to paint Sonic's arms, like... skin color again, not blue, because you might trigger Chris-chan.
Don't talk about Chris.
Isn't he in jail right now?
Probably.
No, he's not.
Oh yeah,
really?
He's out. He couldn't keep him.
They couldn't hold him.
I think he's not eligible, like, to stay in jail, like stuff like that.
I don't know. It's kind of just bad now because apparently his parents is dying, his mom is dying, or something like that. Oh my god,
well, that's horrible. Not even Guantanamo could hold him.
Guantanamo don't want Chris-chan.
Yeah. For our last segment here, let's talk about the EU and no,
please.
Oh god, I would completely butt fuck the whole economy. I mean, like those.
All right. Hey, this is Comfycast about video games. We will not talk about this.
But you can make a lot of money for the pounds.
Let's not make it political, but yeah. Oh, and I heard about that too overnight. People that because like apparently the yen went up. So like if you had shit pre-ordered from Japan, like now you're paying like basically like so much more. Like I think Han was like, "Oh shit, I pre-ordered the Persona 5 from Japan," even though he's in Japan. But like he has to pay yen compared to what he has in USD, so it's like so much more now.
But you heard about how Han is getting paid for his internship?
Yeah, he's getting paid like
good job, man.
$3,000 now per month.
Hell yeah, get that paper.
No, it's $1,000 per month, like over the course of 3 months.
No, so like 300,000
yen, like throughout the course of 3 months.
Oh, okay, so it's 1,000 a month. Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Hey, he's getting paid. Yeah, it's good. I hope he's having a good time.
Silver lining with the UK thing is like since they're getting a collector's edition for Last Guardian, I might pre-order actually from the UK.
It's gonna be like $3
right now before they actually mark up the price.
You'll pay more in shipping than you will for the actual game.
No, because like right now, what you have since it's low and they haven't marked up the pricing yet, so you should do it.
Yeah, I'm sure people. I mean, like I said, I saw it on Twitter. People were like, "Oh, rest in peace, all the people who pre-ordered things from Japan and shit." And now's the time to take your honeymoon.
It didn't go up that much though. It's like still manageable. So.
I think people just freaked out. But anyways, yeah, that's our current events section in the world. Beep 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 beep. No,
highly specialized views on current events.
Yes.
On the video game podcast.
We only care about currency exchange because of like pre-ordering Japanese games.
Exactly. It ties as long as it ties back, we can talk about it. So that's cool. I guess we're gonna do compendium. Are we doing that? Are we doing that?
Yeah, we can do compendium.
Please
explain. Everybody ready? Leto, are you still?
Oh yeah, we didn't do last time.
Yeah,
okay, just making sure.
So you have to expand on what the hell that is.
Okay, really quick. So let's go to our final segment, which we didn't do last week, but it's the compendium. And this is where we flip a card. No, we have a topic that we ask a question and we talk about it. So it used to be a deck of cards Very had, but he's killed right now. So we're going to
we used to have a man for this.
It was his job.
He's not here anymore.
What are we doing? What is our topic? What is our question?
Yes, what is our question?
He's like, oh shit, is it me? Is it coming? Y'all are coming to me?
Am I the question?
What time is it?
Food is truly the question that we all deserve.
Who is the answer?
Let me think of something.
Oh, I thought you had one. I wouldn't have gone to you if you didn't have one. I'm so sorry.
Right, since we have talked about Mighty Number 9 and spiritual franchises.
How bad do you hate Mighty Number 9? Okay.
So we already answered that.
From 1 to Barbra Streisand, how much do you hate Mighty Number 9?
No, but since we talked about spiritual successors and stuff to revive, and I guess it's a pretty easy question to chain on, but
yeah,
what's like old franchise or old series would you like? Like, imagine you had control over it. Like, you had an idea for an old franchise, you get all the budget and the manpower and stuff like that. So which franchise would you decide to revive?
Ooh, okay. This is going to take some thinking.
Yeah, I need to think.
It's all right. Let's take some time. Everybody take some time. Nobody think of each other's ideas.
We should put up the Jeopardy music, like the Final Jeopardy music for this.
I hear Sanguine screaming, Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry, you fucks. Devil May fucking cry. Oh, yeah, I'd like Devil May Cry. DMC 2, actually.
Oh, fuck you.
And now we end the podcast.
And then we all die. God.
No,
Crash.
That's the shotgun like sound playing in the back.
So basically, like, wait. So you're asking for like a reboot, or you're talking like an HD remake?
Something that's dead? Or
no, something like Mighty Number 9, which is not.
Oh, so spiritual successor,
like a spiritual successor.
Yeah, like
right.
Get, or you can. It can also be a reboot. The point is, like, it's something that's been dead, but like you need to revitalize it. So, okay, so like a franchise that has been going on for a pretty long time has, kind of ended.
Something like Dynasty Warriors.
Kind of. Well, Dynasty Warriors is still going, so.
You got yours? Who got theirs?
I got mine.
All right, let's start with you. Go ahead. What would you make
Advance Wars.
Oh, okay.
Very nice. Wars. What I'd like to see would be an Advance Wars game in the vein of 2. Not a big fan of the later games, but something in the vein of 2, with much better AI. If I could put all the effort into AI somehow,
yeah,
it's not easy. Obviously, programming AI is not easy, but this is again a very hypothetical question. So,
yep.
I would make it have good AI and also good multiplayer capability. Maybe good balance for multiplayer as well. Hopefully to invite a thriving scene in this tactics game that's quite dead. Quite dead in comparison to, like, I don't know, Fire Emblem.
Now, would you want it to be like a straight up like another Advance Wars, or would you say like something that was basically in the vein of Advance Wars, but it was something totally different?
Could be totally different. That's fine.
Okay.
It's just turn-based tactical gameplay with grid over a grid, small amount of units, something like that. Yeah.
And it's a DS exclusive.
No,
not 3DS.
Dreamcast.
It can be
comes out on Super Nintendo.
PC. Let's throw it PC,
yeah,
preferably. But yeah.
Awesome. That's a good one. Hoot, do you have one yet?
I have one.
All right, here we go.
I would like to see a revival or a slight, new formula to Bomberman.
Oh, damn, that's a great one.
And specifically, because there's been a lot during the N64 and the PS1 years of these Bomberman Adventures and Bomberman Hero. And all that is very nice, like, little solo campaigns as well as multiplayer. So I would really like to, and we haven't had quite games like this in a very, very long time. We're kind of getting new 3D platformers now with Ukulele and A Hat in Time, but I would really like to see a new spin on the Bomberman kind of thing.
That'd be really good. I love the mechanic
really,
of, like,
really nothing.
There's nothing like it. That's a good one. I didn't even think of. I totally forget. I totally forget that even exists.
Oh, thanks Konami for killing off Hudson.
Yeah.
God, I still can't think of one. But Pepsi, do you have one?
I've got 2 technically.
Okay, here we go. Go ahead at length, please, so I have time to think of something.
First one, I think they already kind of showed something like similar to that. It's Onimusha, because I just want another Onimusha. But then, like Neo, like the new Neo game, actually looks kind of like Onimusha. But
I was gonna say, yeah.
But it's
that's true. That's very
really
true.
Capture the whole Onimusha thing, I find. So I'd like something that's kind of like Like, I really like the character switching in Dawn of Dreams as much as, like, that was a terrible game, but, like, I would like for them to add something like, like along the lines of the original 3, and then maybe add some stuff from Dawn of Dreams, because, the character switching was really cool. And the other one, I just really want another Pepsi Man game.
Of course.
Another Burger King.
I have to.
Another
is Pepsi Man the most successful PR game that was ever made?
Oh yeah,
absolutely. It
was
I'm
pretty sure. Wait, what's that other one? It was like a PC game that was, other than the Burger King one, that was like an Xbox game that you get for free in a Happy Meal or whatever. There was something else.
Like, I don't think there's any other company that managed to make a successful
game. No, like for a product, there was something. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's gonna bug me now. I can't think of it. If you're listening to this, please tweet at us what the game I'm thinking of is, because I know that there's another game. I thought of something really just really quick. Nights into Dreams. I would like that kind of flying around kind of mechanic. I think that'd be cool, but I think I'd rather just have another Nights game, though, because it's been so long. Like, it'd be cool to see them back. But I don't know. It'd be cool just using that kind of mechanic. Other than that, I wish they would have done Star Fox right, or better. But
what was the problem with that Star Fox game anyway?
The controls that they tried to force on Wii U, I think, was a big bummer. I don't know. I didn't play it, but I know that was like a huge turnoff for some people. But then also, it was just kind of like not like.
For me, it just felt very, like, too samey to the original Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I got another one to throw into the bin of hopeful remake or, reboots or spiritual successors. Dawn of the Enders.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah.
I was actually thinking of that one, but I say, like, I don't want to reboot, like, I just want a sequel.
Yeah, I just want the next one. 3, please.
I just want a really good mech game that's not Gundam.
Yeah, although they could make a good gun.
I thought of another one. Has anyone played the TIE Fighter series?
Oh yeah. Shit, Star Wars in general.
And I highly doubt we'll see anything like this, but again, this is hypothetical. If I could remake TIE Fighter series with modern graphics, that would be fine. Fly around and be able to dogfight other players in real time. Elite Dangerous doesn't do this well. I want to be able to, like, the Star Wars style dogfighting. That would be amazing.
Yeah, the TIE Fighters were highly technical. The cool thing with TIE Fighter and, like, the X-Wing and the X-Wing Alliance, I think, was the last kind of that game that came out in this series. Which, like, your entire keyboard actually felt like a ship, like, control panel. Since every key did something.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And the X-Wing Alliance actually has I've gotten actually to play a couple games with people. It's not the most active multiplayer game right now, but
there's probably some diehards still playing.
There are a few diehards playing this.
Oh God, Barman was a good answer too. I'm just thinking about it. Sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, to have a modern game like this would be quite good.
Well, the thing is, like, there's a bunch of them being made right now, like Space Sims, but none of them are out yet.
And I feel like a lot of them aren't even multiplayer, or maybe co-op they do. But I'm talking about, like, PvP dogfighting.
Well, are you going to play the new Call of Duty? Apparently, they said that the demo that they showed wasn't on Rails. It's like free flight.
Like the VR one?
No, wait, Call of Duty VR?
Yeah, the thing they showed at Sony.
No, it's not on VR. That's
VR?
Where it ended. That's where the VR ended, like right before that. Apparently,
because I was confused.
Yeah, it was super confusing. They should have said, like, okay, he could have come back out and been like, okay, that's VR or something. But no, but that demo they showed apparently wasn't on Rails. It's like your free flight, which I was like, okay, I guess. But if you have a certain point you're going to, I don't know.
The particular pleasure about the whole X-Wing and TIE Fighter series is the amount of control you have on your ship and all the little things you can actually change values.
Kind of like a sim.
Yes. So like it's half action, sim. Half sim.
Yeah.
And also the control you have over, if you're doing single player, because the first TIE Fighter had a great single player campaign. And going through the missions, it didn't handhold you through what you're supposed to do first, what you're supposed to do
that's always
second.
A problem, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games do this today, unfortunately. But in these games, that was a major point of trying to figure out kind of what order you want to do stuff. And how you want to go about, prioritizing, I guess.
It's more rewarding, too, I think, when they do that. It's like, you figured it out, you did it on your... It's like, I wasn't playing something that was so hard, so scripted, like, that I felt like I was just, following instructions, so that's another reason why that sucks nowadays. But, those are, I guess that would be, I mean, God, I feel like there's a huge list of games that people would be like, why not this? Why not a good reboot or spiritual successor to this? But it's kind of hard to think up on the spot, but yeah, those are all good things.
Well, if you have more ideas, just send your
suggestions. Tweet at us at Comfycast or email them to us at comfycast@gmail.com or something.
We'll read them.
We will read them.
We have nothing else to do.
I promise you, I will read them. One day we're going to have a good question, and it's going to watch. The first question we get, whoever's the first person to ask a question, we're going to go in depth on your question because it's going to be like half an episode because we're going to be so amazed we got an email. So if someone please...
The new question cast.
Yeah. Other than that, thanks.
That I think that's... It's like the most bogus question ever, but then we just start dissecting it. It's like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'll be like, guys, we have a question. And it's like, what's your favorite game? And then we'll spend like 40 minutes on the one question.
And then it's signed H.K. Hideo Kojima.
That's another thing.
PSS is like, did you like it?
And then someone starts talking. It's Norman Reedus talking on the mic. He was there the whole time.
It's little as Norman. He's like, I'll keep coming. That's another thing I wanted to announce. Kojima actually texted me. He wanted this to be the place where we break the news that Death Stranding is a mobile app coming exclusively to iOS. I don't know why I thought that was funny.
Exclusively on the Comfycast.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
If you didn't hear it here, then God.
I only play it by listening to us.
It's a Java game that you access to the dub track room. Yeah, well, thanks for listening, guys. Anyone out there, and thank you guys for joining us, Pepsi and Leto, and obviously Hoot. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
This was kind of a weird offshoot episode. Like I said, E3 there's not much news coming out right now. Everybody's kind of resting from that.
So what do you mean? Next week, like this is a regular episode. Last week was a weird offshoot episode.
That's very true. Actually,
we've gone back to our lower standards.
Get ready for a bunch of this. If you didn't like this, then stop listening. No, but yeah, thanks guys for coming on here and joining us. And you listeners, if you want to have more of us or meet more people like us, come to which I don't know why you would. That sounds like a terrible idea, but you can come to our dub track room, which is going to be posted in the description because Swift got mad at me last time for saying the whole URL out. But it's dubtrack.fm and then search Comfy Video Games if you really want to. But I'll put it in the description. Come by and say hi or just hang out. And I think that was it. Don't think there's anything else I had to say or wanted to talk about.
Well, there's one thing you have to say before we leave, though.
Of course.
Yeah, that one
fuck
thing
you,
you
Swift.
Have to say.
Oh, what?
No, it's fuck you, Varia.
Yeah, fuck off, Varia. No, yes, thanks for listening, guys, and stay comfy. Everybody want to say bye?
Stay comfy.
Stay comfy.
See ya.